Jesus Christ. These goddamn coons are coming out of the fucking woodwork out of the state of Ohio. We got another woman from the state of Ohio that's basically going to misrepresent and lie. And I'm going to break this down as she makes her comments.
Let's get some more insight about the CBC PAC endorsement. A former chair and current member joins me now, Democratic Representative Marcia Fudge of Ohio, who of course is supporting Secretary Clinton, Congresswoman. Thanks for coming out. Nice to see you.
My pleasure. Nice to see you as well.
Well, let me ask you, your quote today was pretty tough on Bernie. You said this: "It's only been in the last year that I've ever even heard Bernie say the word black. Clinton has been saying it for 40 years.
That is bullshit. Bernie Sanders went on the floor talking about African Americans being destroyed by the crime bill. But anyway, let me let this roll out and then I'll finish it up.
It's a tough charge. You feel as if he's a campaign convert when it comes to African American issues?
I'm not saying it's a charge. I'm saying it's a fact. If you look at his record, if you look at his 25 years in Congress, tell me how many times you see him say it or what he's done to affect the lives of black people.
Yeah, he tried to affect the lives of black people by voicing his displeasure with the 3 strikes law, and he actually went out on the floor of Congress and told everybody what was going to happen. So she's full of shit on this one.
It's not a charge.
Do you believe he's been voting on the wrong side of issues that many African Americans care about?
Oh, I don't think he's necessarily been voting on the wrong side. I think that he has voted on the right side on those issues, but he has not in any way led the charge on any of those issues.
What is it that Secretary Clinton has done that you say, okay, this is why we're with her because of X? What is 1, 2, and 3?
Well, if you look at her history, she has been dealing with issues of education, especially of low income and disadvantaged people, almost her entire life.
Yeah, education of disadvantaged people, mainly disadvantaged white people, but she had from time to time gone into black communities and done cameos with one black kid and a whole bunch of white kids as her props, if you want to call them that.
When you talk about children's health insurance, it affects us in a great way. When you talk about the fact that she is one of the very first people to say, we made a mistake on the crime bill.
She wasn't the first one to say they made a mistake on the crime bill. Bernie Sanders was the first one to say that they were making a mistake on the crime bill. So that's a lie as well.
Bernie Sanders voted for it, and he just recently has started to discuss the fact that maybe it was a mistake. She has been active in not only the civil rights movement, she's been active in health.
She was not active in the civil rights movement, which is what was intimated by Representative John Lewis. At the time in the 60s, when the movement was taking place, she was a Goldwater Republican. So you tell me how she was active in the civil rights movement. That's another lie. And when she ran for office in 2008, she wasn't going after the black vote. She was going after the white male middle class vote, and she said as much.
Black elected officials get elected all across this country. She has a record to stand on.
Not really.
There was a lot of tension in 2008 between former President Clinton and many leaders in the African American community. Jim Clyburn wrote a lot about it in his book. How tough was it to get over that?
I think it was very easy to get over it. I don't think it was tough at all. When you consider the fact that a husband is more likely to defend his wife than not, I think we all understood that he was defending his wife. And I don't think
that was a talking point, because there's such a thing as defending your wife and there's such a thing as going overboard. And everybody to a man agreed that he went overboard as far as attacking Jim Clyburn when he gave his support to Barack Obama.
Any of us are still holding any animosity or any hard feelings about it at all.
You know, you brought up the fact that Hillary Clinton is now saying that the crime bill, maybe that was the wrong thing to do. Why do you accept her conversion on this, which seems also to be in the last year, and not Bernie Sanders?
Well, because if you look back at what happened in 1994, almost every single member of the Congress voted for the bill. Hillary Clinton didn't have a vote. Now, did she support it? Yes, but let me tell you why. Because in that bill were things like violence against women. In that bill was a ban on assault weapons.
Exactly, and that's exactly why Bernie Sanders voted for the bill, because of the money for the crimes against women and the assault rifle ban. So for the same reason that this woman is stating that Hillary Clinton basically supported the bill, Bernie Sanders said the same thing, but he went a step further and voiced his opposition to the portion of the bill that dealt with the three strikes laws.
In that bill was support for grants for local and state law enforcement. There were a lot of good things in the bill. I'm not saying I don't accept Bernie's. I'm saying that Mrs. Clinton came out with her disclaimer about it much earlier than he did.
Bullshit.
All right, Congresswoman Fudge, I will leave it there. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
See, and that's when you get these disingenuous people that don't actually know the history, and they're coming out speaking in talking points. This woman didn't do no research whatsoever, otherwise she wouldn't have said half of the crap that she said. But for some reason, these guys are all jumping on board because Hillary Clinton is calling in every favor under the sun because she knows she's in trouble. Back in 2008, she was not looking to court the black vote, but now she's looking to court it because she knows that's going to be her firewall, and if the black people don't support her and the Hispanic people don't support her, she is going to lose. So, you know, I'm getting tired of seeing all these quote-unquote black leaders jumping out here in defense of Hillary Clinton and misstating information that's readily available for anybody who wants to do the research.